Hey y'all. Hey, happy Monday. It's your girl Diamond Crystal, the Gallivanting grandma. And I hope you had a beautiful weekend. I know I did. I'm still posted up here in Rabat, Morocco. And this weekend was a combination of chill time and exploration. I'm going to put some of my exploration on YouTube a little bit later in the week, but I went out and I had the most magnificent Moroccan meal in this restaurant that was really within walking distance, even though I didn't know it was. Yeah, because there's some hills in Morocco too, but it is very walkable, particularly in Rabat. But I had gotten cute, and I didn't really want to walk. I didn't want to, wind up at the restaurant looking all sweaty and all of that on a Sunday afternoon. So I caught the InDrive, which is my preferred rideshare app here, as opposed to Careem. Careem is too hit or miss, and the pricing it can be out of kilter. I am finding. So I ordered an InDrive. Man, they come quickly, and went to the restaurant, had a phenomenal meal and experience, which I will share with you guys later. But I wanted to come. This weekend has been kind of busy on social media, and people making comments about, some of the things that I'm posting. And if that's you, I thank you. I thank you, first of all, for following, for engaging, and for being transparent with your comments, because I certainly know that when I post something, it is in complete transparency. I have learned a long time ago that if you are trying to be something or someone that you're not, it will come across. And so I am true and I am transparent. When I post something, it's as much for myself, edification, affirmation for me, as I hope it is for you as well. And some of the comments that I've gotten really, face to face is, oh my goodness, Diamond, I really love this level of freedom that you have in your life. And I pause a little bit, I say, thank you very much. But then I go into correction mode, and it's a personal correction for me. Sis, bruh, freedom was a long time ago for me. It was 2018, 2019. I am now in a state of liberation. And there for me is a distinct difference. So let's talk about what that difference looks like to me and see whether or not you can identify with it a little bit. So let's go back to slavery, right? The slaves were free, right? That's why we celebrate Juneteenth. In Texas, those were the last African Americans who were free from slavery. There were a significant number of slaves throughout this country who did not take freedom. They said, no, thank you. I'm unfamiliar with that, right? I'll stay where I am. I know the devil that I'm dealing with, as opposed to what's out there. They didn't know, right? So, they were free, but they didn't have any liberation, any sense of liberation. Now, fast forward that, and I'm going to use it on a personal instance for myself. My freedom, my last version of freedom that allowed me to be Diamond brand new Crystal version 6.2, because I'm about to be 62 years old, version 6.2 happened quite a few years ago. 2018, 2019, when I was going through my final divorce, that was my last act of true personal freedom. Yes, I was free from the condition of marriage. I was now able to live independently of marriage. I was free from that state, right? Fast forward to what I'm doing now. The woman that I am now, this woman is not only free, because we all are free, right? We are not in bondage unless it's a personal state of bondage. So we all have that inalienable right of freedom. But to be liberated, that means to me that you have acted upon your freedom. You're no longer just free. You could open up the cage for a bird and it will not fly. It is free technically, right? But it's not going to fly out that cage. When it actively steps out and puts faith in front of fear and starts to spread its wings, it is actively taking part in its freedom. That, in my opinion, is liberation. When you do the work to move yourself from whatever has bound you, whatever it is, whether it is an addiction, whether or not it is an imprisonment of any kind, mentally or physically, if you actively move out of that condition that had you bound, you're on the journey to liberation. So I'm so happy and joyful that I can correct folks who say to me, I love this freedom that you have in your life. And I'm like, you got it too. They stop, they pause, they think about it. I'm like, okay, you got it too. What's stopping you? What is stopping you is really hindering your new level of liberation. I can't tell you how good liberation feels on my life. I could have never imagined 5 years ago when I was free, I could have never imagined this life that I have now. So when, people say it a lot, you hear it a lot, I am blessed and highly favored. I know where my blessings come from, and I am indeed blessed and highly favored. And I can enjoy that favor even more because I have done the work that was required to move from freedom to liberation. It's a journey. It takes effort on your part. It is not just, your jailer, the person who has the key, opening that lock and flinging open those gates and saying, okay, walk on out. If you still imprisoned in your mind, yes, physically you are free, but you've got to do the work. And I know that is why I started talking to women, particularly Black women over the age of 55, because we tend to feel like freedom is not at hand and that liberation is something that we used to dream about. And so when you see my posts and I say, hey, it's time to dream again, dust those dreams off the shelf and actively start moving in that direction, in the direction of your true, honest, transparent liberation. There's absolutely nothing that anybody can tell me about my life right now. I own every single second of my life. If it were to end right now, no regrets, no coulda, woulda, shouldas. Who can say that? You can only say that when you have walked in the path and on the journey of true liberation. So while I thank you for telling me that you can feel my level of freedom, I will send it right back to you and say, start living in your own freedom. And it starts in the mind. Again, that's why I started talking to women and I started my Yaya Sister Circle, because sometimes it takes an empathetic ear, an ear of someone who has walked in the shoes that you even can't imagine walking in yet. It takes that. It takes just an honest kind of session where just let it all out. Whatever it is, sit in your feelings until you have the power within to move in the direction of your liberation. Whatever that looks like to you. I use the word untethered a lot. That is my daughter's word, but I own it. You know what? I embody untethered. I am untethered from the boxes that I grew up with. Y'all, I was the daughter of a preacher's kid. My grandfather was a pastor. So, it was like all about straight and narrow. It was all about appearances. It was all about what you're supposed to do. It did not matter what you felt like doing. I grew up with a lot of boxes, and I'm grateful for the boxes that I had as a foundation. But you know what? I'm free from those boxes. I can choose whatever part of that box fits my life right now. It doesn't mean that I have to climb back into it, close the top. No, the boxes are gone. What about the rear view mirror? It's shattered. It is not broken. Because if your mirror is broken, you can still kind of, yeah, okay, I see a little bit. Yeah. Nah, it's shattered into pieces. I'm not going in that direction. I'm not trying to look in that direction. That is the active act of moving towards liberation. So yeah, we all free. Every single one of y'all. Anybody who found this video, I hope that it helps you, because I want to let you know you free already. But it has to start here. You know what I'm saying? It has to start in the mind. And then what's the difference between faith and fear? Action. That's all. Action. It takes the same level of invisible belief in something, right? I have not seen God, but I believe. That's my faith, right? You may not have seen the country that you dream about going to, but some kind of way, some kind of how, you believe what, other people have told you about it. You haven't seen it for yourself. So until then, you're operating out of fear. And I never, in any phase of my life, in any portion of my life, want to ever operate out of fear. There's no need for it. So listen, take your freedom. You know what Jill said? Taking my freedom, living my life like it's golden. Put it around your neck. Strut your stuff. You know what? When you start to move like a liberated person, you will become a liberated person, right? Because that muscle has atrophied for whatever reason. It needs exercise. Every single new country I go to by myself as a Black woman, I have to make sure that I check my mindset. Leave my fear at the door. Does that mean that you're not aware of your surroundings, that you're just walking around any kind of way, any kind of how? No, you do your due diligence, you do your research, you be careful. But at the end of the day, I never walk the streets in fear. And that's a question that I get from a lot of people. What are you fearful of? I'm not operating in that state at all. I have taken my freedom and I have started walking with it. The journey never ends. But I will tell you, this level of liberation that I have right now feels glorious. And I want that for you. I want that for you and for you and for you and for all of you. So anyway, that's my 15-minute soapbox today. I just felt like I needed to come on and address it. So when somebody says, man, you finally free. You've been free your whole life. Now it's time to act like it. All right, listen, wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing today, I wish you nothing but peace and blessings.